The online news service Blacklock's Reporter has uncovered yet another internal poll done for the federal government that shows Canadians are losing faith in federal institutions. And this, Blacklock says, has alarmed deputy ministers who are worried about our lack of faith in the federal. How could they be surprised by the fact that we have no faith left in the federal government? What it does way too expensively. What it does is way too intrusive in our daily lives. And it's largely incompetent. I can't believe, for instance, that there is a rule in this country about what material our takeout straws can be made of. And why is there a federal regulation about grocery bags? That's the extent to which the federal government thinks it should control our daily lives. So of course we're losing faith in them. Look at the passport renewal debacle over a year ago. Look at the way the airports, which are federally administered, were run in this country last summer. The federal government has shown time and again it can't do anything well, and it can't do anything on budget. So of course we're losing faith. Take a look, for instance, at the ArriveCan app. $54 million for a simple phone app that wouldn't work. That's another example. Take a look at their promise to plant 2 billion trees. There are companies in this country, one that makes toilet paper and several that run timber operations, that plant billions of trees. They don't have any trouble with that. The federal government can't do it. The federal government is just largely incompetent. You have nagging public health officials. You have the desire to regulate the internet. You have net zero electricity mandates. You have electric vehicle mandates. I mean, the federal government seems to think that we can all just magically switch over to electric vehicles without any thought to the fact that they don't go very far, and this is a big country with a lot of space. They take a long time to charge, so if you have a busy life, you don't have time to wait for your electric vehicle to charge up. And they don't work well in winter. And I know this has been a particularly warm winter across the country, but they don't work well here in a typical Canadian winter. And yet the federal government has no issue at all telling us that within 11 years from now, we're all going to have to be buying electric vehicles. And then they have internal documents on electric vehicles that say about a quarter of Canadians will not be able to afford vehicles once they're all electrics, because electrics are much more expensive. That's the kind of thinking. Every little detail in your life, the federal government has to have an opinion about. It has to tell you what to do on almost every aspect of your life. They have to have all sorts of ad campaigns hectoring you about your bad habits. You shouldn't smoke. You shouldn't drink. You shouldn't drive high. All of those are very valid, but we don't need to be told all of those things ad nauseum again and again and again. What this shows is that the federal government has no faith in ordinary Canadians. And so why is it surprised that ordinary Canadians have no faith in the federal government? For Postmedia, I'm Lorne Gunter.